Welcome back to another episode of Unfiltered. This week, we're joined by Marco van Staden, World Cup winner, true son of Loftus. Marco, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Welcome, champ.
First things first, from Hoërskool Bakker, correct, Magaliesburg, obviously a product of a small school, now a World Cup winner. You've got this illustrious career already at the age of 28. Chat me through coming from such a small school and making it to the big time.
Yeah, Magaliesburg is not like you say, it's not a very big town, but I grew up there my whole life. Was in Bakker Primary School and Bakker High School, and then I came to Tux. So it was a more difficult route, but I wouldn't change anything. I think I learned a lot from the journey. It changed or created me as a person, and my relationship with the Lord, faith and things, family. It all improved with the difficult journey, and I won't change it.
Yeah, sure. You didn't play Craven Week either.
Correct.
No Craven Week, no SA schools, no SA under 20.
No.
So none of those obstacles ever deterred you from saying, "This is my dream. This is what I'm going to do."
Yeah, it was a big decision after school. I was actually supposed to go to Bakker. Was about to study mechanical engineering. My dad and my grandfather both mechanical engineers. But I wanted to play rugby. Always from school, I wanted to make a career out. Or I wanted to play rugby after school. I love rugby. But yeah, the route forward was obviously engineering, because my dad and my grandfather's engineers. But then we went to Bakker's Rugby Academy, and they said no, they're not going to accept me into the academy. And then Tux came back and said now they're accepting me into the academy. And yeah, I have to give credit to my mom and dad. They just said it's fine, leave. Okay, because I was already in the hostel, accepted, already enrolled into the I think BSc. I think mathematics, and the first course just to go into engineering. And then they said, okay, let's leave it and go to Tux, where they had to pay for the academy, where I had to study sports science. So, and my dad said, it's fine, leave Bakker and go to the Tux Academy, and let's go from there.
Yeah, so BSc engineering, you must be quite a smart man. Tell me your matric. What is your percentage for maths?
No, the maths was not so good. But I had to work hard to get good marks. It didn't come naturally. I had to study a lot.
Fair enough. And then I see you were born in Krugersdorp, right? So you being born in Krugersdorp, did you stay there for a little bit, or did you guys move? When you were a bit older, I just want to figure something out.
No. So my whole life we lived on a farm, just outside of about 10 kilometers from the high school.
Oh, okay.
On the farm. So yeah, we were about 45 minutes from Krugersdorp and an hour from Rustenburg, or 50 minutes from Rustenburg. So yeah, we used to drive in to get groceries and the hospital and everything. So yeah, I was born in the hospital there. It was the closest one. But now we lived in the farm, which we sold a few years ago, but we still live there.
Yeah. It must have been a blessing, and then also must have been a blessing in disguise with the whole with the Bakker situation coming to Tux, and now
But I was just going to ask on that point. So there was purely a rugby decision to go to Tux, right? So there must have been quite a lot of pressure on you. Your parents now paying and all of that and backing you to do it. You must say, "No, I have to make it."
Yeah. Well, I didn't want to disappoint them. Yeah. And they gave me the opportunity. My dad always said he didn't have the opportunity, and he wanted to give it to me. And I think that's how I came from school, and the journey. It teaches you.
And is your dad a big rugby man? Like even outside of engineering, does he love his rugby?
Well, he won't go out of his way to watch a game. I think I'm the same.
Really?
I'll watch the Bulls and I watch the box, and that's it. I won't go.
That's interesting,
And I won't go sit on the couch and look if there's rugby. I won't watch a random game. Yeah.
Really? Why is that?
I don't know. Fair enough. I don't know. I don't like watching rugby. I like playing. But my dad will, like him and my mom, they will go everywhere to watch me. So like they now, when we played Stormers just before Christmas, they drove down all the way to come watch me and drove back.
Yeah, that's
So-
awesome.
They drove all the way to Cape Town.
Yeah, to go watch.
Wow.
But from when I played Limpopo Bulls, when we played Boland, they used to drive down, and will go down to Durban. They'll go every time we play Free State. They'll drive down. So yeah, no, they'll go everywhere.
Yeah, that's incredible. Yeah, story for another day. That Stormers game was tough to take, but anyway, we'll talk about that another day. But anyway, it's 8 times
No,
now.
revenge is coming.
Yeah, revenge is coming. It's coming. It's in March, Marky?
May.
May, yeah.
2nd of May.
Scrum off until grade 11, Marco. Like, chat to me about that. Like, how did you play scrum off until grade 11 and then you become this, like Marco say, glass chewing rugby player, behemoth you become, from being a nippy little number 9.
Well, I won't say I was a nippy number 9.
Heavy duty, yeah.
Yeah, but no, I was very short from grade 1 until grade 9. I was like almost one of the shortest boys in the class. So from grade 1, when I decided to play, I was obviously so back at primary. They didn't have grade 1 and 2. They didn't have a age group for this. So if you want to play rugby from grade 1, you play with the grade 3s. So obviously then I was short. So then they started me in scrum off, and then I played scrum off straight through until grade 11. But yeah, more pick and go scrum off.
Did the 10 ever see the ball?
No, that doesn't matter. I picked and go a lot, but and then I always wanted to be a forward. So first I moved to centre, but I kept going to the ruck. So then they said, okay, now move me to flank, and then yeah.
So I think everyone knows the story, but it's still it's a wonderful chat. Is your nickname Eskom? Now I think you've told the story a million times, but people know you as Eskom because you give people load sheddings, you knock the lights out, all of that. But there's a bit of a story behind it because it was before you went. Was it before pro rugby, or was it a smaller game where this happened and someone gave you this nickname?
Yeah, it was an under 21s game. My first season for under 21, so when I was under 20, and then so it was here against VP, and then in that game.
Continue.
Okay, so now I was in a game against VP, and then one of the players marked with September. So at that time it was just when load shedding was beginning to get really bad. He gave me the name.
And when you first got it, were you quite happy with it, or
No.
when you first got it, you affiliate with like the worst thing to happen in the country.
Well, Eskom is not a very popular company,
Yeah.
and then it stuck, and then no one wanted to forget the name.
Yeah.
And now, do you embrace it now, or do you still not really?
Yeah, people going to call me whatever they want. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, because I know Akka says the same thing about when he was named the Angry Warthog. He didn't like the name initially, and now it's just stuck. Now
Yeah,
he's
just
just
like-
used to it.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's just a style of rugby.
Yeah.
I think there's a few rugby players that don't have a nickname.
Yeah, that's true. And speaking about style of rugby and Eskom, the way you play, like where does that come from? Like, because you played, like, you said you played 9 until grade 11. So where did you learn, like, in this fairly short period of time to be so hard,
Physical.
so physical, because it takes some people so many years to actually get over that block, to become more physical on the field,
Yeah, I don't know. That's for me the best part of the game. That's why one of the reasons why I love rugby is the physical part. I don't know if it's maybe my dad, the way we played when I was young. He always played hard, and I had to play hard with him. And I always had to play with my cousins, and they were always 2 years older than me. I don't know if it's part of it, but I don't know where it comes from, but yeah.
It's a South African trait, yeah.
Maybe I think all of us are born with it.
Yeah, for sure.
That part of us.
That's also why you're so sought after in the UK, and I think this is a nice segue.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah,
nice.
In terms of signing with Leicester Tigers, because how did that move come about? Because at the time you were arguably the form loose forward in the country. I mean, everyone's saying Marco van Staden, this is, like I said, probably the best open side in the country. And then you signed with Leicester Tigers. I know the Bulls wanted to keep you. Just chat to me about how that move came about and when you made the decision to go over to Leicester.
Yeah, so I was just married in the beginning of that year. And me and my wife, I think we wanted to go like rugby gives you opportunity to see places and live in places where otherwise I don't think you would have. She got an opportunity to further athletics that side. And the players and the coaching staff at Leicester Tigers, I wanted to learn more. I always wanted to experience other type of rugby. I've been at the Bulls from Tux to the Bulls from the start of the school. So I wanted to experience something new, learn more, learn a different type of rugby. And the Premiership was also a more physical type of or forward-orientated game, and especially Leicester Tigers. So Coach Steve Borthwick, he drove forward dominance game plan, and that's the game plan I like. That was mainly the decision to go.
Yeah, and then when you obviously went, and obviously you didn't play, because of injuries and whatnot. You didn't play as much as you would have liked.
Well, it was concussions, wasn't it? Was that the?
Yeah, concussion. Yeah, and some.
Niggles.
Yeah, more politics with the club. But,
really?
Okay. I'm not going to go into.
Yeah, another day.
Course,
But I would have liked to play more. That season they won the Premiership as well. So, and it was a good group. The coaching as well. So Elliot I knew from Springboks, and he was there. And Andrew that played with me, Jasper, played against him again from Free State. So the group was nice, and Eli, one of my best friends, he was there. Me and him signed the same year. So it was a nice environment.
Is it Eli Sneeman?
Sneeman, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, so you played about 6 games, I think it's 8 games.
Yeah, or 6 Premiership and 2 Ireland Cup.
Okay. And then, so you were there for a year, right, for a season.
Yeah.
And then you make the decision to come back to the Bulls.
Yeah, so with the things we're not going to go into, I had to go there or leave the club. And then, but with going, the rest of the rugby world thought I struggled with concussion, which was not the case. I was clear to play, but everyone was a bit skeptical. So it was difficult to then get into. I wanted to come back home after the year we had. I think me and my wife we said we have to come back home to our family and just reset and then go again. And then fortunately signed again with the Bulls and came back home.
Yeah.
Did you approach the Bulls and say, I'm open, I'm a free agent, I want to come back, or did they approach you, or was it just mutual?
No, we approached the Bulls,
Okay, and I assume they were over the moon to have you back.
Skeptical, but
Yeah, but I mean,
after everything was proven and everything is fine, and then they were happy.
So was that quite a relief for you now that you cleared, you can play, you got the backing of the Bulls? Were you just chomping at the bit to get back out there?
I haven't played for, I think it was 9 months. I haven't played rugby, and I felt perfectly fine. Like it's not a knee injury where you can feel okay, I can't play. Like I trained every day at Tigers. I wasn't allowed to play, but I trained every day, but like fully. But I can't play. I was very looking forward to start playing, and I think, like I said in the beginning, the journey it learns you faith, and everything happens for a reason. I believe it, and me coming back to the Bulls, I think if it wasn't for that, I might have not have gone to the World Cup, or I might have not have my small little goal now.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
I believe everything happens for a reason. The Lord is in charge.
100%. And then, just sticking on that, coming back to the Bulls, coming back into such, a pretty new squad, in terms of like the signings we've made, and a loaded squad, especially in your position. Tell us about like coming back into that and adding to that loose forward arsenal, and like what your ambitions are for the Bulls this season. Because I think there's something in the air. We were saying last episode, there's something in the air about Loftus Versfeld this season. Just a take on that.
Yeah, I think we have very nice depth all positions, which I think is great because it's a healthy environment and it's a healthy competition under each other. I think the better each, well, in loose forward terms, the better each loose forward plays, the better the other one wants to play because the competition is so tight.
Yeah. Iron sharpens iron.
Yeah, and it just sharpens everyone. Yeah. And I think it brings up everyone. And like you guys say, I think there's something different this season. And I hope the environment we have, the team we have, the coaching staff we have, everything that's been being done for us outside of the game. I think the best we can do is like win the UFC. I think that will. I think the union deserved it. Yeah. I think all the years when Coach Jake started the building and building and building. Well, when he started, we won the Curry Cup twice and the Super Rugby unlocked. I went to the final of the Rainbow Cup and went to the final of the UFC. But I think that we just need that one more step. And I think, or one of the other, I think we want to compete fully in the Heineken Cup. And I think we can.
We've got the depth for sure.
You should have beaten Lyon.
Beat Saracens, smash Saracens.
The Heineken Cup, I think, is probably the hardest club competition in the world. And I think if we can really compete there and be competitive and go to the playoffs, it's going to be even better for us.
Yeah, I don't want to put pressure on you, but it's been a running thing with Mark and I. And he's telling me maybe not. I'm going for the treble. I want to see the Bulls win the Curry Cup, the UFC, and the Rainbow and the Champions Cup. Imagine that. Yeah. Greatest feat in club rugby.
It will be great.
Yeah, 100%.
But then, Marco, I think you come back to the Bulls. You haven't played rugby in 9 months. I read an article you were saying that you're a bit worried about accuracy at the breakdown, like you getting your timing right again, because obviously it's a contact sport. Everything's played at 100 miles a minute, but you're trying to get that timing and all of that, and you can only really do that through in-game reps, like playing the actual game, not just training and all of that. So what was it like to get your timing back and your accuracy back and just that spring in your step again and all of that?
No, it definitely takes time. I think you can ask any player that had a long-term injury or was a long-term away from actual rugby training and games. I think you take a few games to get back into the rhythm and like you say, timing at the rucks. Because when I started, I'm going to be honest, I gave a lot of penalties away, avoidable penalties. But yeah, it's just you're not in it. You haven't been in it for 9 months. And at Tigers, I couldn't participate in team trainings as well, so I had to train by myself, and then you can't train it as well. So yeah, I think any injury or any time you are a long way from the game, you take a few games. It takes three games about to just get back in, and more games. The more we play, the more everything comes back. Yeah.
You don't have to answer this, but like, what is the reason that you're training by yourself? You don't have to answer it. You don't. It's fine. It's fine. Let's leave it. Story for another day. Okay, cool.
Okay, so I think we've got to chat about the World Cup.
Yeah,
about
100%.
Being selected for the Springboks. You missed out in 2019, and I think you were there and thereabouts. I mean, you were close. You missed out, and then 2023 you get selected. You're part of the squad, and not just part of the squad, a big part of the squad. Yeah. We'll get to the whole conversation of you having to play hooker at one point and all of that. But what was it like to be selected, knowing you're going to be part of it, and then that campaign itself, because it was such a special campaign?
Yeah, it's difficult to put in words, but yeah, it's like a massive honor and privilege just to be part of the group. For me, it was like a dream come true. It still feels like a dream if I think back. Like I was there, but it doesn't. Some days it doesn't feel like reality that I was involved there. But it's for me the whole World Cup, the thing that overshadows it is what it means to South Africa. Yeah. And it's the one thing Coach Rassie kept telling us. Like, you're not playing for yourself, you're not playing for your own goals or ambitions or finance or anything. When you get back home and you lift the trophy, and on that bus you will see, you'll see the reason why the sacrifice and everything is worth every second. And it was. When we did that trophy tour, you can't imagine what the people go through, and then you actually see what it means.
When you guys went through Langa, I remember. Firstly, it was insane as well.
Yeah. And the 4 Bulls players at the front.
The 4 Bulls, that was unbelievable. And then that Langa, oh my word, tell me about that quickly. Like, you guys driving, there were like, I would say hundreds of thousands of people. It seemed like it on television.
You couldn't even see the road. It's just people, and as far as you can see in front of the bus, it's still people. As far as you can see at the back, it's still people. But like that, it's a poor community. And the effort those people put in just to see you and just to see CR and the trophy. I think it's, for us as players, it's a massive privilege just to witness that and to be a part of that, to bring that joy and hope to your country. One funny thing, the liaison officers we had with us, they were French liaison officers, obviously. So they came with us on the trophy tour. And at the end of it, they said they are so happy South Africa won the World Cup and not France, because it wouldn't have had the same effect as they saw it as in South Africa. Yeah,
that's incredible. That's goosebumps. Unreal. And then to the rugby now, Springboks. Okay, this is what, because I'm a former hooker. I might not look it. But
thoughts on that quickly? About being a former hooker?
No. Guys trying to throw me under the bus. But Mark and I, when we were watching this World Cup, especially the latter stage when I was with him, we really couldn't wrap our heads around this number 2, this hooker situation, right? And I'm pretty sure the people don't want to know, in the planning, how far back did that go that you would be a chance that you'd be playing as a hooker?
So when I started training with the alignment camps, Coach Don said, let's just keep practicing your throw, because maybe there's a red card or a yellow card or something happens and you have to throw a few lineouts. So that was the reason for me training the throw. And so I played hooker my junior years. When I came to Tuks Academy, they actually changed me from flank to hooker for a season. And I got into the Bulls on trial as a hooker. Wow. But Coach Don knew that, because he coached the Bulls, he coached our scrums and things. So he said, let's just keep training throw. And then, obviously, very unfortunately, Malcolm got hurt. And then I think Coach Don pushed it a bit and said, luckily Dion was there and he's also an experienced hooker. And then he said, well, I must keep training it more for if there's a chance. And then I had to train hooker, the scrum. Then I had to start training the scrums. I haven't scrummed hooker for a few years.
What was that?
The first session was tough, because there's a lot of things. I don't think people realize the front row, how much the pressure in the middle. But there's so much things you have to think of, like your break, then your hook, then your bind, then your shoulders, then you have to breathe. So the first session I forgot to breathe. when I get up, I forget to breathe. And he holds me on my back and he says, just breathe when you're down there. I said, I can't, there's too much things to think of. But as the sessions got on, it actually started feeling natural. But I actually enjoyed the scrums a lot. Or scrumming at the was just the lineouts, there's a lot of pressure.
That's a lot of pressure. The scrum is just all the pressure's going through you. You are like at that.
But lineouts, it's all mental.
It's crazy.
But then you played hooker against Romania.
So I started.
What a game, by the way. It's great to watch.
Started at flank, and then the last 20 I moved to hooker, and then the Tonga game I was on reserve hooker.
Speaking of the Tongans, because also all ex-Springbok players, they always say the toughest team to play are those Tongans. Would you say it's the same in terms of physicality?
Well, from all 4 pool games I played, I only played 20 minutes, I think, in the Tonga game. My body was hurt the most of all the games. And everyone said it. It was a game afterwards, everyone hurt the most. worse than Ireland, worse than Scotland, and worse than Romania. The Tongan game was the most physical.
Yeah, that's scary to think if they can just get their, you know, their structures right. How good they can be.
Ben
Yeah, and the brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Okay, so I think just to kind of start wrapping up, after the World Cup, back at the Bulls now, we spoke a bit about it earlier, about winning the treble, at least winning the USC. What are the goals for the club this year and for you personally?
Well, for the club, obviously, we're gonna go all out for Heineken Cup, or Champions Cup and URC, I think, and perform every game. And I think we want to fill up Loftus. I think we want Loftus to be as it can be. And I think the more we win, the more people's going to come out to come and watch and experience the game every Saturday. I think, and I think we, like Springboks changed South Africa, I think we can change Pretoria.
Oh yeah.
Love that.
And I think we definitely have the capacity to do it.
100%.
And for me, I just want to give my best for the team every chance I get. I know how it can be taken away from you very quickly. You don't realize it, but it can be taken away very quickly. The rugby can stop anytime. And that's what I realized outside. And so every game I want to play full out. I want to give it my all.
We see it big time.
So I think for the team, I think we all want to serve each other. And I think that will be the reason why we go. But I think we serve each other, and it's not about an individual. I think you want to be the best for your teammate. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, that's a perfect
job.
answer. We're just going to play 3 quick games, Marco, if you don't mind, just to end things off. Do you want to? Okay, I'll go either or first.
Going to go first. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to just some quick fire either or questions, and you just answer the first thing that comes into your head.
Okay.
Rugby hero growing up.
I think Bismarck.
Bismarck. Okay.
Yeah, mine as well.
Favorite sport outside of rugby?
Fishing and sport.
Yeah. Who said that? Ruan said
Yeah,
that.
I think fishing is a sport. It's a sport.
Best player you ever played against?
I think Michael Hooper, similar position.
Best player you ever played with?
The whole World Cup.
Whole World Cup squad. Okay. Going out or staying in?
No, going out. Well, outdoors.
Yeah, going out at night.
Oh, no.
No, you were saying not anymore because of the low one.
Brian,
Yeah, those days are done.
before the door.
Before, okay, fair enough.
Open side or blind side?
Open side.
Bush or beach?
Bush.
Yeah, I didn't even have to ask that. Best rugby memory? Obviously, you know what that is.
Yeah. I think coming back from the World Cup and seeing everyone.
Let's make more here. Just quickly, sorry, Bob.
Lastly, we've asked all the players this. Do you think the average person could gain 1 meter on a rugby field in a pro game? Gain 1 meter going into contact.
Carry.
Yeah, I think so.
You think KK can gain?
Oh, I knew you were going to do that. What to say yourself?
Maybe between the backs, not the forwards.
Hey, quick feet. But just quickly, that Bismarck, because that must have been crazy playing with him. You know, that must have been something else. Like seeing him for the first time, being in the same team as a hero.
Yeah, that's I think not necessarily the hooker position that he plays, but the way he played. It was always physical. I like that.
Play with the hero. That's quality.
So blind rating.
Yeah, I'm gonna do blind rating. So obviously it's numbers 1 to 5. I'm gonna give you a name. There's 5 names. I'm gonna give you a name, but you must put them where you think they're gonna be in the top 5. Right, so it's going to be great 6s or Springbok 6s, but you don't know which name I'm going to say next.
Okay, so I must say where they rank from 1
to 5. Yeah, where would you put them? But you don't know who I'm going to say next. Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's start with Francois Lowe.
2.
2. Who? Francois Pienaar.
3.
Dion Sterkman.
5.
Skalk Burger.
4.
And 100%.
one.
Okay, it's
One.
yeah.
Is that the one you wanted?
I want
Oh,
Okay,
nice.
perfect. Okay, the last one we're going to do is you're going to build the ultimate open side flank. So I'm going to say like, and this is from players that you've played with. So in your era, so I'll say who's the best carrier or who's the best hitter. So we're going to build the ultimate open side. Okay, so first is fetcher,
100%.
work rate,
Skalkburger.
biggest hitter.
Biggest hitter.
You can say yourself.
What's biggest hitter. Well, I might be Skalkburger as well.
Best carrier,
Best carrier. I think Francois.
and then most athletic.
Was athletic. Yeah, John Dijssel. Who's also,
Jeepers, that's an interesting one.
yeah.
Do you remember John
Yeah, I remember John
Dijssel?
Dijssel. Yeah, for shots, yeah.
Maybe biggest hitter might be John Dijssel.
Yeah, John
I
Dijssel.
thought you were going to say AJ Fenter for biggest hitter, maybe. Or like,
But you wouldn't have played with AJ Fenter.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't play. Well, it's only people I play with.
Yeah, or played against your era.
I don't play against Skalkburger. I played with Francois. Yeah, Fitcher, well, Hooper is also a great Fitcher.
Yeah.
But I didn't play with Heinrich Rousseau,
So you'll say Hooper then for Fetcher.
Fitcher, yeah.
For work rate, you're saying Skalkburger.
No, I don't play with him. So
But when did Skalkburger retire?
Very, very late. I don't know. I'm not too sure. I can't say the year.
2015, he was still there. 2015, 2016. Okay,
Around
yeah.
there, yeah. He was
Okay.
Still a Tux. Yeah.
yeah, after the
Okay.
World Cup 2015. I think.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say carrier, Marcel.
Okay.
Hitter.
Has to be you, yeah. Has to be you.
I can't pick myself.
Willie also wouldn't pick up.
Yeah.
Well, Stoney.
Okay, yeah, that's a great shout.
Yeah. And what is that?
Stoney.
Ruan
Oh,
Steenkamp.
no, still come. Yeah.
And what most athletic? I don't know. Maybe Francois Lowe.
Francois Lowe, yeah.
Yeah, he was quite all over. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. There we go.
Thank you so much.
Marco, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Lekker,
Anytime.
Marco.
Thank you.
Dank je, Marco.
Yeah, thanks, Marco.
Lekker, hè? Enjoy that, hè?
Yeah, that was nice. Yeah.